Introduction, Kristy Ella stories. The slow drift. There are moments in life when the world seems to exhale, when time slows just enough for us to hear the quiet truths we've been avoiding. The quiet drift begins in one of those moments. It is a story born from stillness, from the gentle spaces between loss and discovery, and from the way a single step off the familiar path can change the shape of an entire life. You know, lately I've been thinking a lot about how families change, not always in big dramatic ways, but in the quiet ones we barely notice until years later. And as I've been sorting through my own thoughts, I decided I wanted to write these stories. It isn't my life, not exactly, but the feelings behind it, those are real. Maybe you've felt them too. Chapter 1. Before the shift. Before the moment that changed me, I was just a kid who thought adults were always right. At 10 years old, the world still felt big and important, and I felt small inside, small but safe. I believed that teachers were like an extra parent who knew everything and only wanted to help. I believed effort always counted. I believed if I tried hard enough, I could do it. I didn't know yet that sometimes the people you trust the most can hurt you without even noticing. Most mornings when I walked to school, I would tell myself today will be a good day. My old backpack straps rubbed my shoulders, my worn-out shoes squeaked with every step, but my heart was hopeful. I wanted to do well. I wanted to make people proud. I wanted, more than anything, to make people proud of me. Reading was the hardest for me. Words slipped around in my head like they were shy or didn't want to be caught. Other kids read like the books belonged to them. I read like I was borrowing someone else's voice. Still, I practiced. I whispered sentences into my pillow at night, praying they would stay in my mouth the next morning. Before that day, I honestly believed they would. I tried so hard. Our classroom looked cheerful, bright posters, colorful bins, and a row of windows that caught afternoon sun. But even then, I knew brightness didn't always mean warmth. The room buzzed with other kids' confidence. I tried to match it, even if mine was mostly pretend. I remember sitting at my desk, little legs dangling, heart beating too fast as reading time approached. I remember smoothing my paper, hoping it made me look prepared. I remember telling myself, "You can do this, just don't mess up." I didn't know that this was how fear begins, quietly, gently, like a shadow stretching across your shoes. What I also didn't know, what I couldn't have known at 10, is how one ordinary moment can take something from you without making a sound. Because I didn't understand yet that grown-ups get tired. I didn't understand that their words aren't always true. I didn't understand that sometimes what they say has nothing to do with you, even though it feels like it does. At 10, I only understood things in the simplest ways. If someone said something, it must be because it was true. If a teacher sighed, it must be because I'd done something wrong. If she said I wasn't naturally good at something, then maybe that meant I wasn't naturally good, period. And so, before the sentence that would follow me for years, there was only me, small, hopeful, trying my very best, and trusting that the world would be kind. I didn't know I was standing on the edge of a moment that would quietly bend my life. A moment I would carry with me. Kristy Ella stories. Stay tuned for Chapter 2, The Words That Changed My Life.